Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is like even on. So, everybody, hello, welcome. I hope you're in the chat. I hope you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. Ray, can you hear me? I don't know if I can. I can't. You can hear me? This is amazing. Okay. Well, hello, friends, and welcome. I'm Elise Edwards, aka Elise Anamkara, aka DJ Jouet, aka Elise It Matters What You Say. And this is the Elise Edwards Experience, episode 1. It's a working title, okay? You might say that I'm biting off of Joe Rogan, but I'm actually paying homage to Joe Rogan. Hello, Chris Mack. Thank you so much for joining me. I am going to bring in our very first guest. I thought he was going to produce, but then I realized that I am going to be producing this episode because I'm controlling the things. It's also very weird to be doing a podcast where my guests, who I'm going to bring on, who you're also going to see virtually, is actually coming live and direct from my living room. So we are just one room away. But I do want to say thank you for joining me and being a part of this historical event. And yeah, I think it's going to be fun. So without further ado, I think this man needs no introduction, especially for the people that I see that are already in the chat. I'm going to bring on our guest, the one and only Mr. Ray Davito.
What's
Ray.
up? Elise Edwards, I haven't seen you in like 2 minutes. How have you been?
I'm excellent. How are you, Ray?
I'm fantastic. I see a lot of people in this chat here. You got Chris Mack, who's a good guy. You got Eric Henderson, who's fantastic. You got Franklin Scheckler. Yeah, man, you got some cool people here. XMM212. I'm not a producer, X. I'm not a producer. It's Elise's ship. I'm just here to be the passenger. I'm her Chewbacca. She is Han Solo, and I am her Chewbacca.
You are so Chewbacca. You are
I
you're
am. I
extra.
am.
You're like Chewbacca, but like if he were like as like had like the same level of neuroses as CP3O.
Yeah, it is weird that you would have a neurotic droid. That's like having a neurotic computer. Like, why'd you make a droid neurotic? That's like the one thing you can control. The droid is, how about no emotions? R2D2 doesn't show any emotions. Why C3PO got to have like all these neuroticisms?
Exactly. Yeah, R2D2 is ostensibly a better hang, I would say, than CP3O, but it's all good. Which, speaking of which, I don't know if Courtney Farrington, comedian Courtney Farrington, is still hosting the show called The Empire Strips Back in New York City. But if you're in New York City and you get a chance to go and see The Empire Strips Back, I say go and see it. It is an
Is it a
amazing.
strip show?
It is actually. It is like a strip tease. It's like a cabaret
Yeah.
show. It is a. It is a. It's a comedy cabaret strip
Did you
tease.
say Chrissy Monroe? Isn't she like the comedian stripper or something?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like it's no, they're actually all the strippers, they're not strippers. They're dancers in it, and it is a strip tease. Okay, it's a cabaret like style situation. Um and the dancers are amazing. Like the level of dance ability that is in there is really something to be witnessed. And then Courtney Farrington was or he might still be the host of it, and then he also had, oh man, what is her name? Damn, she's so funny. I can't believe I'm blanking on her name, but she's like the second in command. So they have like two comics basically being like the master of ceremonies of what is otherwise a series of Star Wars themed strip uh, numbers.
By the way, I will say to this, Elise, your microphone is coming in through the headphones. I know you have that in front of you, but I think it's coming in through the headphones. Not that it matters. I'm just letting you know.
No,
Yeah, it's all right. It's not the end of the world.
it can't
But
be.
Yeah, if you go to audio, Mike, and gives you a few options, it's all right. I'm just letting you know for future. Why did I break the flow? We're talking about stripping joints. Is Guido? Greedo? Not even Guido. I think Greedo. Is he a stripper? They got a.
There
Who else
there
was
was
it?
there was no one named Guido on the show as far as I'm
Greedo.
aware of.
He's the one that tried to shoot Han Solo, and he's one of the bounty hunters. Did you not collect Star Wars toys? What are you doing? I thought you're the one that brings up Star Wars, and then you don't know Star Wars. What are you doing, Elise Edwards?
I definitely I collected no Star Wars swag
Boba
by
Fett?
any
Is there a
means.
Boba Fett stripper?
I don't remember. All I know is that the number with Jabba the Hutt was pretty amazing. What are the people that are like in the red hoods and stuff like that? What are those guys called?
Imperial guards. They were
Yeah,
like the Emperor
yeah,
guards.
yeah. Though that was fucking fantastic. They're all really fantastic, and it's also like to popular music that's actually really amazing. So, highly recommend. So, yeah, definitely go and see that if you have not already. It's one of the things that I was like, there's no way this is going to be okay. And it actually ended up being so entertaining. It was sexy. It was fun. It was like so live that I was like, wow, you like don't even need to know anything about Star Wars to appreciate this. But if you do know about Star Wars, it's like, it's going to
Someone
be
said
your.
Booby Fett. Was there a character named Booby Fett?
Yes, basically everyone is a booby fett in the
Everyone did a Booby
cast.
Fett.
Everyone is a booby fett in that, and it's nice. It's nice. So yeah, Ray's hanging out at my place, and he's gonna be going to AC this weekend for all of you that will be attending the what it's an MLC hang, it's an MLC
Yeah,
festivus of
we're
some
all
nature.
gonna stand in line and watch Kevin Brennan play poker. We're gonna watch him play poker, and it's gonna be fantastic. Uh,
No way.
BB-8 was pretty emotive with his lighter. BB-8 was, I think that was the droid that saved Luke Skywalker in Empire Strikes Back. Like he was the medical droid that would like when he was in that tank. Remember, he was in that water tank after he was like rescued from the ice. You're the one that brought up Star Wars. This wasn't me.
I know. It's been a long time since I've seen The Empire Strikes Back, as bad as that sounds. Probably the Star Wars movie that I've seen the most is Return of the Jedi. And I had not seen any of the, later films that are all prequels essentially, right? They're all prequels
Yeah.
that came out. I didn't see any of them until the one that came out the most recently, or with the one where Adam Driver is playing.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I only saw the first three, which were awesome when I was a kid, and then the three that came out after that. After that, I haven't seen any. It got too commercial. But even as a kid, I remember it kind of jumped the shark when they had the Ewoks for beating up stormtroopers. Like stormtroopers are supposed to be like the toughest things ever, and they're getting beat up by these little furry creatures. And it's like, all right, now it's a toy sale. And I was a kid, and I said that. I was like 8, and they're just trying to sell toys.
I don't know.
Are you trying to sell toys, Elise? What kind of toys do you have? I think that's
Not
what they want to hear about.
not. I have no toys. I have no. I don't have toys. In terms of collectibles, the only things that I have are solid number of X-Men comics and trading cards. They're all under my bed at my mother's house in Virginia. So, oh my gosh, I love this. Can I Ray Skywalker this? Let me show this. Ray.
There you go. Look at you. It's like you're driving for the first time. I feel like I'm in the passenger
I
seat.
am. I'm
Like
driving.
you have your temp license. I barely have my driver's license.
You do, Ray. Can I please tell you that after being in the car with you earlier today, which God bless him, he drove me to Costco because I needed two major things from Costco. First off, I just got to throw it out there. I can't believe I'm a card carrying Costco member. Okay. I feel like I can officially die the person that I never wanted to be. Okay. Alone and with a Costco card. But I'm really thankful that you drove me to Costco so I could get like an economy size like thing of paper towels and a bunch of bottled water, for the apocalypse and whatnot. But I gotta say, I am surprised that you haven't been in more car accidents. Is that going too deep? Like,
What are you
the
talking
way you
about? We
drive.
drove like literally a mile.
I know, and I'm like usually like pretty chill, but you were 1000% driving like, I mean, not like out of control, but you're like driving with the same kind of like staccato, like, like start, stop, like it was
Yeah,
like,
it's New York City. That's how you drive here.
but it's not New York
What do you want
City.
me?
When it's Queens, it's not
No,
like
it's
downtown Manhattan. It's like a totally different game plan.
yeah. All right, I won't drive you next time.
Wow, shots fired. Okay, it's okay. You can
Yeah.
just leave me your keys. That's fine. Um, so yeah, so this is oh my gosh, wow. I'm not even gonna say your name, my friend, but Ray is an excellent driver.
Thank you.
They must be a true fan. They must be a true fan of yours, Ray. There's so many things that I wanted to talk about. I almost feel like we should get on to what we were just talking about outside with my bodega friend, my friend that works at the bodega, Omar, who's the shit, who was talking about that. So there's a Moroccan French comedian who allegedly is a mega joke stealer.
I never heard of the guy that he said.
Gad to someone. I think I've heard of him. I think I've like watched him on a podcast at least. And I'm like, oh no, that's so shitty. Especially since he's taking American jokes or jokes from American comedians and he's translating them into French. And they just think he's fucking brilliant for it.
Yeah, Gad El Mala. I don't know who that guy is, but yeah, Gad El Mala, whoever the heck he is. I can't comment because I haven't seen any of it, but I guess he's like known in France for like taking American comedians' jokes and just saying them in French. And he got called out on it in France, and like I guess he's like a canceled comic in France. But again, I can't comment on it. I don't know. This is all new to me. I don't know who that guy is. I never saw his act. I don't know what jokes he allegedly took or whatever. I have no idea. Wouldn't it be great if he's doing my act and people are like, hey, those are Ray DeVito jokes? Why is he doing Ray DeVito's jokes? Ray, you should try that. Translate French jokes into English. Yeah. So I don't know who that guy is, but yeah, the guy was like talking about some French comic that I guess got canceled. I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah.
I'll research it later, but I don't know what's up.
Wow. I don't know. All I know is that
you can take down this chat for the fact that it has an inappropriate name on it.
No, I actually feel like the inappropriate name is really making this moment for us, Ray. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it up until I say something else. So yeah, but everyone, please follow my channel if you're not already, and thank you for being here. I also have to say that so I have actually never watched Kill Tony. I've never watched like a full like episode of Kill Tony. And I just decided to watch the one where Roseanne Barr was on like 5 months ago. And first off, I love Roseanne and I'm loving her reboot, like her podcast. It's like one of my favorite things to listen to. So watching her on Kill Tony, I've like assessed two things, or I got two things from it. And one is I only want to do Kill Tony if Roseanne Barr is like the comic guest on it, because she's just like so near and dear to my heart. And I feel she also like kind of looks like my mom in a weird way. And I just feel like I resonate with her. And also, I just like cannot believe Hans Kim. I'm so happy for Hans Kim. I don't know if you remember Hans Kim from when he's here. But The fact that like the last memory I have of Hans Kim being here was him bombing at an open mic and then basically being me too'd by another open micer comedian who was like trying to smack him on the ass and then was like, I can't find it. It's missing. Like he's like assless as a human being. Oh my God, send Roseanne a link. I love that. Oh my gosh, I would love to send Roseanne Barr a link. I will really literally reach out to Roseanne Barr. I don't care in which capacity, either as a fan or like as a comic or as someone who is like right on. Oh, I'm Roseanne has said, seems like she has a lot of out of out of control, like left field theories about life, but I'm gonna say that most of them are true. I'm gonna let you know right now that most of them are true. So that's basically that's where I stand on the matter. I don't know how you feel about Roseanne.
I like Roseanne Barr. I haven't listened to her podcast, but I like her. I think the last time I heard her was on Doug Stanhope's podcast, and I've always liked Roseanne Barr. I mean, she's obviously outspoken about that. You told me something about that happened between her and John Goodman, which I didn't know about, but I like John Goodman. You're like, you didn't like John Goodman anymore because he didn't stand by Roseanne Barr and something.
I love John Goodman, but his like rating has been like slightly lowered because he did not stand up for Roseanne when she got canceled. So, you know, I mean, not everyone's going to like stand up with you and all that kind of stuff. I do like, she said, I don't remember who she was talking to when they were like, they kind of, they test drove cancel culture on Roseanne before it became like a mainstream thing. And I was like, that's actually
out of all the people to test drive cancel culture on, there's so many other creepy dudes that have done like over the top creepy shit that they, what did she get canceled for? Do you remember what it was? You said that they, someone's saying they squashed their beef, but what was it that got Roseanne canceled? What did she do? Because I don't know. This is new to me.
I don't remember the exact thing, but she had a very like off-colored tweet or something like that. That was, I believe it like was racial, like some, you know, derogatory something in, if you remember what it is, put it in the chat. I'm probably not going to put it up on the screen. But please let us know if you remember what it was. Whatever it was not chill. It was definitely something that was said, you know, like it's like once you realize like how much
I'm going to tell you what it said. I just Googled it. I'm not racist. This is Roseanne Barr saying this, not me. This is her tweet. I'm not racist. I never was, and I never will be. One stupid joke in a lifetime of fighting for civil rights for all minorities against network studios at the expense of my nervous system, family wealth will never be taken from me. Oh, I think that's her reaction to that's not the tweet that got her canceled. That's her responding to a tweet where someone said she was racist. So that's not the tweet. I just put in Roseanne's, yeah, so I don't know the tweet. They're just showing me her response to it.
Okay, hold on, wait. I'm going to put up what is this? This is inconsistencies. Love it, love it, love it. It says, again, this is Roseanne Barr's quote, or at least paraphrase of it. It says, she called a woman she thought was white a monkey or something. Oh, okay. And to follow up with it, Mickey Bisco says she didn't know Condoleezza Rice was black. Wow. She knew that Condoleezza Rice is black.
Yeah, if you ever saw Condoleezza.
But either way, Condoleezza Rice, and this is coming from someone inside the Capitol Beltway, or at least like from inside the Capitol Beltway, is a war criminal. Let's just like put it out there. So I don't know if that's enough to like get me off, like get me kicked off of like YouTube, but I'm kind of like over it. I don't care. Like as a test drive, if I reboot this somewhere else, I'll let you know. But yeah,
I
so
see the tweet now. Now I see it. She was commenting on someone else's thing.
who was it? Who was it?
She's talking about the Muslim Brotherhood, and then she equated it to Planet of the Apes. So it's not. Yeah, it's not kosher. It's not nice. Yeah, that's.
I love how you
Even
said
if she tweeted on Ambien, like that's not nice. That's a tough one to stand next to be like, hey, she could say what she said. That's like you just stand by her and be like, I respect Roseanne Barr, but what she said, like, yeah, you can't. That's not one you can defend. Like some you could take for the team and be like, all right, if they're like ambiguous or whatever. But no, that was pretty. Yeah, that was pretty. That was pretty
off color,
racially insensitive, to say the least. It was racially insensitive.
Well, I feel like it must have been the Ambien that was.
It must have been the Ambien. That's what.
Well, no, it wasn't the Ambien like overall, but like she forgot. She like
basically whoever put their knee on George Floyd's neck was like, "It's the Ambien. I was on Ambien. I never would have.
No.
I fell asleep while my knee was there." It's like, some stuff. It's like it's kind of tough to dial back, man. How you gonna dial that back?
No, I was just listening to Roseanne Barr, and like she I didn't realize how much of what she already.
Oh, they're saying it was Suzanne Rice. They're saying it wasn't Condoleezza Rice. It was Suzanne Rice.
Susan Rice. Okay.
Or Valerie Jarrett. Now people are like, I don't know, but yeah, but comparing the Muslim Brotherhood to that, it's like you gotta do better than that.
Roseanne. Well, the thing
that I like Roseanne Barr. Like you're allowed to make mistakes, but at the same time, that's she's gonna be fine. I'm not worried about Roseanne Barr. She's gonna be fine.
No, but the thing that's like genius about her that I didn't even realize even after watching her for years is that she really is fucking sharp and with it and like totally giving you messaging that is like way opposite of the mainstream, but like she just had to act like she was a dumb, she even said it herself. She was like, I had to like pretend like I was like a dumb bitch who just didn't know anything and was just like pulling secretly relatable, insight out of nowhere. Like it was all created in my imagination, but really she's like super fucking with it. She already lived so much fucking life by the time she started becoming a professional comedian, but she had to just like play like the dumb card. So I feel like she like kind of broke the fourth wall, or she dropped the bit, like and not everyone knew. She thought she was still operating at like under the guise of a bit, and then just like put out some reckless tweets about what she really felt, and and then she got canceled. But it was before cancellation was like a thing, and so again, she ended up starting yet another trend without even trying.
I like how no matter what she does, you're going to defend, which is fine. I like how Franklin Scheckler says, Elise, having Ray as a fact checker might not be the move. Yes, I agree with you, Franklin Scheckler. I just Googled Roseanne Barr canceled tweet, and that's what came up. So yeah.
Yeah,
the first few were her apologizing for, which, all right, the fact that she apologized for the tweet lets you know that she recognized that it was insensitive. So she knew it was insensitive that she like apologized for it. You're not like, so she recognized it was insensitive.
That's she recognized.
Like that's your theory.
No, I mean she recognized that it was insensitive, but Roseanne, when she's operating as Roseanne, is happy to be insensitive. I think it was like the kind of like the American like darling, like the sitcom darling that she had made a lot of money doing, is what kind of like got lost because she hadn't been operating from that level of exposure for a long time. And, she let you know how she really felt, maybe even more tactlessly than she would have had Ambien not been involved. Let me tell you, Ambien is a hell of a drug. Okay. Ambien is a hell of a drug. I don't know if you guys know about my experience with Ambien. It's only been one time, but it led to not okay behaviors.
Why? What happened? Tell me your Ambien experience.
I feel like I've like said this before, if not on here, then somewhere. But
Yeah, I'm not. It's your first episode, so obviously you have not said it on here before.
well, not on here, but like on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
What did you say? Yeah.
So I was in college, and I had a friend who, of all things, was pre-med. He was like in school for pre-med, and he had Ambien, and I was like, I want to try some Ambien, and he was like, okay, but you have to try a shot of vodka with me. And I was like, aren't you not supposed to drink on Ambien? He was like,
No.
I'm pre-med, and both of my parents are doctors. And I was like, okay. So I took a shot of Absolute vodka, and then I took an Ambien, and then he's like, okay, we're gonna take another shot of vodka. And I was like, this doesn't seem like the move.
Why are you taking Ambien at a party?
It wasn't
What
at
are
a
you,
party.
like-
It was literally in a dorm room. And this does sound like it's like the start of like a date rape story, but fortunately it's not. He crawled to the top of a top bunk in a dormitory, and I was on the floor on a beanbag chair. And then he put on True Romance, and he was like, it's going to get weird. He was like, this Ambien's going to get weird. So just like letting you know, I'm just like, he's, if you like kind of start to melt into the floor, like don't worry about it. And I was like, sweet, that's exactly the effect that I'm looking for. So we started watching True Romance, which is like one of my top favorite movies of all time.
It's a good movie. Yeah, it's a great movie.
And I don't know at what point in time that I started to feel like really loose, to the point where I really felt I was like melting into this beanbag chair and like slowly sliding off of it, like onto the floor. I think it was like around the time
That's how you know we're old, because you don't see beanbags anymore. Like,
I know
beanbags have kind of came and went.
Yeah, no, it was definitely Ambien. Like I felt like very like it felt very much like lucid dreaming, but then, like my body also felt very heavy, and I can't say whether or not that was like the Ambien or the alcohol or like a combination of both. But like I remember feeling very groovy and like melted into the floor around this time that what's his face is talking about, like, I know my face is pretty, but it ain't as pretty as a titty, Gary Oldman as Drexel. And but then like, by the time it's like them fucking to Chantilly Lace in the telephone booth, I like started feeling like not great. And very shortly after that, I like picked myself up and like sat on the bottom bunk, and I kind of looked around because I like felt like I was going to be sick. And then I grabbed a trash can and I threw up in it. And the next like thing that I remember is I'm waking up in my dorm room. I am pantsless, wearing my Rage Against the Machine shirt. And now my roommate's parents are in the room. And that's what I woke up to, was her parents in the room. And I was like groggy and like, I don't know what happened. And I'm like, oh, hey, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, bye. Have a good
So
night.
you're pantless, like no underpants either? Or
Yeah, I'm like pantless. I'm like
vagina hanging out?
I'm full,
lips
like,
just out in the open?
I'm full vag out. I'm just a Rage Against the Machine shirt on, and I see this stain on my shirt, and I was like, "Oh, what happened?" And I smell it, and it smells like full blown vomit, and I was like, "Oh no, what happened?" And so, I
never heard this story before.
I get up. I put some pants on. I go out into the hallway.
Like a big girl.
Like a big girl, and I drink some water, and then like after showering and blah blah blah, hello, my friend. I do have my Venmo up. My Venmo is in the whatever. Oh
no, you can't have chats on the screen if you want people to see your Venmo.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll get rid of the chats on the screen, friend. But my Venmo is right there, Elise _Edwards at Venmo. So thank you. And please, yes, please keep the Venmos rolling. I'm going to finish my story though. So, yeah, after, but everything seemed fine. I don't feel like I had been violated in any way. I just somehow had violated my Rage Against the Machine t-shirt with a vomit apparently. And so then I go back down into my friend's room. His name is Matt, like a few hours later. And I'm
The same
like,
guy
hey,
with the bean chair?
yeah, the guy
The
with the beanbag
beanbag chair?
chair. Yeah, the whole person who like orchestrated this whole like Ambien moment. It would have been a whole
Well,
lot
I
cooler.
didn't order. You asked for the Ambien.
I did, but I did not ask for the
The
Abs
shots.
vodka, and he's
Okay.
like, "I'm not going to give you the Ambien without this." And it was
Oh,
because
okay.
he was like, "Misery loves company, and I don't want to drink alone because I don't want to like I want to pretend like I'm not, like an alcoholic / whatever," which he was, which I found out later. But so I go back down into his room to be like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Like how's everything going? Like last night was fun / like weird / like what happened?" And he was like, "Yeah, right now is like not a great time." And I was like, "Oh, why not?" He's like, "Because my roommate came back." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was friends with his roommate too, like not as good of friends with his roommate as I was with him, but I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Yeah, I'll come back later." He was like, "Yeah, like maybe not like don't like come around for like a while." And I was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And he was like, and I was like, "No, I like threw up in that trash can. I think it was like your roommate's trash can. Like, is everything okay?" He was like, "Yeah, like you threw up in the trash can, but like there wasn't a bag in it." I was like, "Oh no." And then he was like, "And it's a mesh trash can."
Yeah.
So there was like literally
Ah.
just like specks of vomit everywhere. Like I thought I was keeping it contained because I was on like absolute vodka and Ambien, and then that like totally makes sense that
By the way, I want to say this. Franklin Schuckler puts out a good point. If someone does venue, do not shout out their name to say thank you, because it can give out their real name. I learned that when I first started doing podcasts, and people would Venmo me, and I'd be like, "Thank you, so and so," and they're like, "Dude, what the fuck? Don't say my name." So, warning: Franklin Schuckler's letting you know. Do not say their name.
No one will be doxxed on the thing. So I just want to shout out to XMMM212 strained vomit. That's exactly what it was. It turned into a adventure in Ambien, turned into a strained vomit like crime scene, and very unchill. So yeah,
By
that's
the way, why would he not have a bag in his garbage can in a wicker basket? Like, that's wicker. That's not like
no,
that's a wicker basket. That's
no, it was.
Why do people have trash cans that are like fucking wicker? What are you doing? It's a fucking trash can. Garbage goes in there.
It's
fucking.
It's not wicker.
It's wicker.
It wasn't a wicker basket.
It's a wicker basket.
No, wicker
When
is
it's
like when it's made. Wicker's when it's made with like woven wood, and this was a mesh metal trash can.
It's the same, but whatever, man. Get something that's like solid. Why are people buying trash cans that are not like fucking like bucket like? You want that, and also have a bag in it, especially if you're gonna drug women where they vomit, like this fucking dude's gonna do. Fucking, what the fuck you doing, man? That dude fucking deserved it. I'm glad you puked in his fucking wicker basket.
That's was an amateur move all around.
Call this episode "Puke in the Wicker Basket." Wicker Basket's name your. Yeah. Why do you have a wicker basket? It's a trash can. It's a wicker basket.
It's not wicker.
It's a wicker basket.
It's a mesh basket. It's a mesh. It's steel mesh.
You say like it's mesh. Mesh is like basketball shorts. I used to wear.
Steel mesh ray dorm room. See, it's full blown dorm rooms. I mean, maybe not.
Was XMM212 there?
Have you lived in a dorm room? Or that you have not just a bachelor's, but you also have an MBA?
Yeah, no, I lived in dorm rooms, and I remember the dorm room, the trash cans they would give us, they were just silver and plastic. They were those silver plastic ones, was like the standard trash can. They were plastic. There was a silver plastic trash can. I remember it because I lived in a dorm for 2 years. And yeah, that's what we had. We had silver. It's a silver plastic trash can at Bowling Green State University.
It was a different time, okay? Because by the time I was in college, it was just steel mesh trash
That's why
cans
my
all day.
college was smarter than yours.
I'm not even going to touch that one, Ray. But I will say that the trash can that's in my bathroom right now, I'm pretty sure I kept from college, and it is steel mesh.
You
And
stole your fucking college
no,
dorm room
I
fucking trash can. Wow, Elise.
outfitted my own
No.
dorm room with a fucking mesh, whatever thing that was available at like the closest, bullshit, whatever store. So that's what I'm saying. Anyway, True Romance, great movie. Ambien, hell of a drug. Bad interactions with absolute vodka. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
She only pukes in wicker baskets. Like,
It's not wicker. I'm gonna fucking kick you in your goddamn knee, Ray. I
what do you have,
swear.
hammered aluminum? I'm not puking in that. I want a wicker basket or nothing. I don't puke in wicker and hammered aluminum.
I hate throwing up. I hate throwing up. It's
Who loves
literally
throwing up? Who's like, I want to throw up?
no.
What are
It's
you, a
like
gymnast for Romania?
no. Literally,
Who loves throwing up?
it's my least favorite activity. Like, even if I needed to throw up, I would just be like, no, just let me die. I would rather just die than throw up. I hate throwing
I don't know
up.
about that. I'd rather
the
throw
worst.
up than die.
I think I'm of the exact opposite extreme. I feel like throwing up is such a violation of life that it feels like a fate worse than death, even if it's the thing that's keeping you from death.
Yeah, nothing's
So
worse like after you puke and then you got to puke again and there's nothing left to puke up and like that, like you're just throwing up bile. Ugh. You're like, what the fuck, dude? That's like, you know what I'm talking about. Like after you're done, you puked everything up and there's nothing left to puke up and you're like, ugh. You just feel like that bile coming. It's fucking disgusting. You brought this up. These are your topics. I'm just following your lead.
I know, and I feel so bad that I brought up my least favorite thing, and certainly my least favorite activity in the world. So, yeah, I know. Okay, so Eric Henderson, shout out Eric Henderson, shout out.
He's a good guy. I know Eric Henderson.
Eric, it's purifying. He goes. When I really have to throw up, I'm pretty down with it.
Yeah, when I have to throw up, like it's very
purifying.
refreshing. No,
purifying.
but yeah, when you have to throw up, like when you have shit that actually needs to be thrown up, it does feel good. It's after you already threw up everything that needs to be thrown up and you still have to throw up, then you're like, then it's like, oh my God, this is like, then it gets like disgusting gross. You're like, oh God.
I'm just going to shout out marijuana as a very good anti-nausea agent, okay, among other things. But yeah, so that's a story and I'm sticking to it. But I'm glad that you had never heard my Ambien story because I really feel like yeah, Ambien. I'm like really like that into pharmaceuticals, but Ambien has a special place in somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but
it ends up in a wicker basket. That's where Ambien's like, do you need to puke? Here's a pile of twigs. Throw up in this.
I definitely
pile of twigs.
But I mean, it really is like super crazy. I'm so surprised. Like, this is how you know that the pharmaceutical industry really does own everything, because there's no way that drug has not been pulled off the market after all of the like mainstream, coverage that has gotten. I don't know if you ever watched what Gene Simmons, is it Gene Simmons? No, is it Gene Simmons? Family
from
Jewels?
Kiss.
No, whose Family Jewels is it? Is it Gene's? And it's not Gene Simmons. It's the other guy.
But he had a reality.
Guy. It's the other guy. It's not Gene Simmons. It's like the other one, right?
Ozzy Osbourne had a reality show. Gene Simmons had a reality show.
I mean, if there was an Ambien storyline on Ozzy Osbourne's, I feel like I would have seen that. But whoever is married to that chick, what's her name? Shannon.
Chick.
Shannon something.
Shannon Doherty?
No.
From 90210?
No, but allegedly she has brain cancer. We can cover that.
By the way, that's my all-time favorite SNL sketch. It's a very underrated sketch. But when I was a kid, I would watch when I was a teenager that Adam Sandler sketch where the Denise show where he just sit in his basement and call his ex-girlfriend Shannon Doherty and like talk to all the people that she works with at the mall on his television show. Like, I can't believe Denise broke up with me. Like, yeah. And then his dad would call and like, hey, get your life together. And he's like, yeah, quit bossing me around. This is my life. You don't know me. It was a fucking go watch the Denise show on YouTube. It's my favorite SNL sketch. It's Adam Sandler at its best. It's fucking great because he would like kiss her picture and like talk to her picture and shit. And then and then it ended because Elizabeth Hurley was on it. No, who's it? Nicole Kidman. Like she was on, like he went to high school at Nicole Kidman and she was on the show. And he's like bitching about Denise, and she's like, and then his dad calls out, she likes you. What's your problem? It's like, you want to go on a date? All right, this is officially the end of the Denise show. Like, then it's him making out with Nicole Kidman. It's a fucking good show. All right, I'm sorry I'm ruining your podcast.
Wait, it's Adam Sandler.
It's Adam Sandler.
It's Adam Sandler making out with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. Well, that was the last episode. But before it was like 5 episodes where it's just him called the Denise show, and it's his high school buddies just coming in. Like a David Spade, like someone that works at the mall with Denise, and he talked like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. Like, yeah, dude, you guys seem really cool together. He's like, all right, dude. And then he'd walk off the show. I was like, all right, now this is a segment where we call Denise his new boyfriend and then hang up on him. It's like, and it was pretty funny. It was fucking brilliant. I loved it. As a kid, I thought it was like every dude can relate to it. Like every teenage dude can relate to it. It was fucking great. Yeah.
The main thing that I can relate to is that Adam Sandler 100% wrote in the bit about him kissing Nicole Kidman. 1,000%.
It was just a funny fucking skit. It's one of the funniest SNL skits ever. It was fucking brilliant. So, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
The Osbournes. People are saying it was the Osbournes.
Which was the the Osbournes?
You said Sharon or Shannon, but it was Sharon.
No, Shannon Tate. Is it Shannon Tate? Who
Shannon Tate got killed in the movie Once Upon a... She did not get killed in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because it was a different ending. They tried to attack...
in the actual, no, not Shannon Tate. It's Shannon Tweed. Shannon Tweed. Her name is Shannon Tweed, and she is
I don't know who she married.
Whoever's family Jules is.
Shannon Tweed.
Yeah, Shannon Tweed. Thank you. Thank you, friend whose name...
it's Gene Simmons. That's what I said. It was Gene Simmons. She was married to fucking Gene Simmons.
Okay, so
that's what I said. I gave you the answer, Elise. Come on, Elise.
No, I said Gene Simmons at first, but then I was like, is it Gene Simmons that happened?
Yes, it was. Yeah. Sharon Tate died by Marilyn Manson's crew.
Yeah, but Shannon Tweed, who is phenomenal and amazing. And then there was...
What did she do that's amazing and phenomenal?
I really enjoyed her bit. I loved her essentially like walk on role in Detroit Rock City, another excellent film. Okay. And yeah, she was fantastic. It's also literally the film where I got Everyone's a Winner by Hot Chocolate, which is one of my top 3 disco songs of all time, which is huge because I'm a DJ who mostly spins disco and funk and new disco.
What's the best disco song? What do you got?
Well, my top 3 disco songs of all time are Thelma Houston's Don't Leave Me This Way, Got to Give It Up Part 2 by Marvin Gaye, and Everyone's a Winner by Hot Chocolate. Those are my top 3, like traditional, like all-time disco.
What about Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, the Michael Jackson song? That might be my...
It's a good one.
Also, I'm not a fan of Kiss, but one of my favorite songs, Kiss has a disco song. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me.
Not only is it a great song,
tonight,
but also is it the Juan McClain
I want to see it in your eyes.
The Juan McClain, the band that does that, like a fantastic version of it with Nancy Wang on vocals. It's
for real? They disco it up because that's like a disco song.
Yeah. Oh no, they make it everything that it is and then could have been and then made it what it is again. It's so
I
good.
was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me.
Yeah, no, like
Tonight, I want
so
to
much
see it
better.
in your eyes.
It's so
In
much
the
better than Nancy singing
darkness.
it. Hold on. Okay, so everyone, I just want to let you know that people when I'm on Ray's podcast have to pay for me to stand up. Okay, so that's actually Nancy and Dropout Orchestra
Wow.
who does that song. But I swear it's in my library as the Juan McLean with
I'm
I
sure
don't
it's
know.
not Don McLean, American Pie. Bye bye, Miss
No, it's
American Pie. Joe the
Juan
Chevy Chase.
McLean. It's Juan McLean, and he is a gem. He
I
is
was
a
Wamaka. Oh, okay. Adios, adios, Miss Mexicana. I don't know. I was trying to do it in Spanish. That would
oh
be
my god,
Wamaka.
Mr. Chow, Miss Chow. I like this. This is a funny comment. Don't call Marvin gay.
There you go.
I feel like that is like so. There's so much to unpack there. That's like so it. But anyway, hold on. So anyway, I usually people have to pay for me to stand up when I'm on Ray's show, but I'm on my show. But I'm going to stand up right now because I have to go and reach her something. So I say something fun.
So she's gonna research something.
I'm
I
not going to
will.
research something. I have to stand up and do something over here.
By the way, there's a dude that we saw like right outside that's wearing the same outfit Elise is wearing. Like literally, I'm like, why are you guys wearing the same outfit? And the dude just looked at me, and I was like, he's wearing the exact same outfit you're wearing, Elise, except his top was blue. His top was blue.
But then I actually own that shirt that he was wearing,
Yeah.
and it's actually a shirt that I got from Eric's roommate. He was gonna like give it away to Goodwill, and I was like, "Oh, I like this shirt." And now
Yeah.
I just saw like my gay counterpart walking to my bodega wearing a shirt that I own, but I'm not wearing currently, and literally the exact same shorts that I'm currently wearing.
Yeah. If someone did Venmo you, Elise, like they were Venmoing you during my podcast, you could read their comment, just don't say their name. Like, look at your phone. What are you, a rookie to this game? Come on, Elise Edwards, get with it.
I am. I don't usually
Where's your phone?
have this like pay to play situation. I don't even know where my phone is. So
All right. Well, now you just discourage people from doing that.
2 seconds. Oh wait, did Ray flirt with him? No.
Yes, I did. I made out with him. No.
I gotta go, Ray. No, I'll be right back.
I'll admit, I thought the guy was gay. Lee says he wasn't gay, but I thought he enjoyed the 5 minutes he made out with me. So I don't know. I thought he was clearly. No, I don't know.
Yeah, this isn't even.
Hey, it's a joke.
But then I'm like, you know what? Elise is asleep at the wheel or whatever. I don't know. Everyone was asking.
And she's complaining about my driving, and she's asleep at the wheel on her podcast.
Yeah,
I'm like, take the wheel. Take the wheel.
This is a metaphorical wheel, Ray, not like an actual one. I don't know. Is that you guys got lower cheek too? Oh, you're welcome. That's a lot.
You want me to stand up?
Yeah, they also want you to stand
up. I can't stand up. I have one fucking knee.
That's okay. Turn it around, Ray. Turn it around. Don't tease the audience. Come on. Everyone wants to see what you're packing. Oh my God. I love how you just gave us a fucking leg and a wing. That's amazing. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
That is so incredible. Oh my gosh. She will never be Miss Chow. Oh, I don't know if you're saying that.
I think it'd only be Mrs. Chow if there's a Chow involved.
There would be no Miss Chow. All I know is that I think our viewership went down with these raising the legs, but personally, I feel like that really is the steez like of this show, in my opinion.
Yeah, Franklin Sheckler. Ray stands up and shatters like the T-1000 in Terminator 2. I don't know but I will admit this. I do remember being like 15 and watching Terminator 2 in the theater. I wasn't a big fan of Terminator 1, but I remember fucking loving Terminator 2. And the Guns N' Roses song was fucking dope in that. What the hell was the theme song for You You will be my line, but your way out of line. When the da 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 and the da da da, when the da da. That's my favorite Guns N' Roses song. Cause you will be my guy, but your way out of line. It's a fucking great song. Guns N' Roses is pretty dope.
I love Guns N' Roses, and I want to say that I remember when that happens, but I think I'm conflating it with the moment that you see Danny Cooksey, otherwise known as Budnick from Salute Your Shorts, in that movie, and it really distracted me. So shout out to Salute Your Shorts. If anyone else is, I feel like I'm very much aging myself, but if you were watching Nickelodeon at a certain time, you know exactly who I'm talking about. His name is
Daniel Snyder, the guy that was known for like being into children. What a creep! That was Dennis from. Yeah, that dude. Like, what
who
a
the
creep.
fuck are you talking about? What the?
Oh, you don't know about this whole fucking thing?
No, but okay.
The dude Dennis from Head of the Class. He ended up being the head of Nickelodeon, like in the 90s and 2000s, and just like was creepy around kids. Turns out he's like a pedophile, and like he was into children's feet, and then he had like a swimming pool that was. Remember the logo was Nickelodeon. It was a child's foot.
Yeah.
That fucking weirdo. But he was Dennis Blunden from Head of the Class. He was the fat dude from the show Head of the Class, which I liked as a kid. He was.
Was his name Budnick? Am I thinking of? No, not Budnick. I'm not talking the fat guy.
Snyder was. Yeah, he was the fat kid. He was the fat guy.
No, but
Dennis Blunden was his name in the show Head of the Class. I don't know what his name is in real life. Something Schneider in real life. But there's YouTube videos where people made of him being creepy around like the children's stars. It's fucking uncomfortable.
Wait, is he the guy who like had like a bunch of like pictures of like Ariana Grande's feet and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I thought that was a whole Disney Channel jam. I didn't know. It was
no, that's Nickelodeon, dude.
Oh shit!
Like he changed the logo to a child's foot, then had this giant swimming pool in the shape of a child's foot. Fucking creep.
Okay, if Donkey Lips is actually Melton's boy, like they actually know each other, then maybe I'll do his show. Because he did hit me up about doing his show, but it was only after he allegedly made the You and I Smoking Newport shirt and was like marketing a shirt with my name on it.
It wasn't your name. It wasn't your name.
I mean, with my face. I'm sorry, my face.
My face was on it too. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but you have.
What did he sell? 3 of them?
You don't
Who
care.
Gives a fuck?
You don't care about yourself or your face or who makes money off of it or anything of the.
All right, he owes you 14 cents.
Okay, well, whatever.
He owes you 14 pennies.
No, he owes me all the things, but also if he actually knows Home Dude who plays Donkey Lips, I'm like, if we can Donkey Lips on a podcast also, then I'm on it. I'm on it. Like I would love to, because it's just too great.
Yeah,
anyway,
who cares? They sold a T-shirt. They sold like 4 of them. My face was on it too. I don't give a shit. Collect my 14 cents. He owes you a quarter. I will give you a quarter and be like, there you go. You can have the quarter from the 3 T-shirts that were sold. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, pick your battles. You know.
We'll see. Anyway, I feel like this whole Donkey Lips thing could correct it, but apparently it sounds like from the chat that he may or may not hate Melton. What's his name? Patrick Melton? What's his first name?
Yeah, that would be his name.
Patrick Melton? Okay. Anyway, so Danny Cooksey is that redheaded kid who plays Budnick in Salute Your Shorts, and he is also in Terminator 2. And I want to say that when you see him on, like, I don't know, like when you see them driving away from the school, that's the Guns N' Roses song that you're talking about that's playing. But I might. That's
a great song, man.
I might be remembering it incorrectly because it's been a long time since I've seen Terminator 2. Just saying. Yeah, Danny Cooksey, love that guy. I fucking love that guy. Yeah. I just actually one of the times when Eric was here, we actually did this like kind of like go like I don't know time capsule of Nickelodeon shows because this chick called like Pushing Up Roses. She has a YouTube channel called Pushing Up Roses, and she like does these whole like deep dives into like nostalgia, content.
Right.
And one of the ones that she did was Hey Dude. Hey Dude, that was on Nickelodeon.
Hey, dude,
No, it's not Hey
don't
Jude. It's
make
Hey
it
Dude. It's
bad.
I don't even remember it. Yes. Oh
Sing
my.
a sad song
This
and
is,
make it better.
this is exactly how I feel about Danny Cooksey. Okay. Thank you so much. Inconsistencies. That is absolutely true. Who can resist a ginger mullet? No one. That's the answer. Not a damn person. Ooh, Bauer is worried about guesting on podcasts because it could affect his future movie roles. Oh man, would like to say that's true. All I know is that the last time that I saw Donkey Lips on anything, it was a TMZ video of him getting accosted by a TMZ producer at an airport. And they were asking him a bunch of questions, and it was like weird. So, oh my gosh, yeah, oh my god, this is so true. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Canadian Nick was the best. Hey dude, salute your shorts. Are you afraid of the dark? Okay, so the only one that was not, well, I guess we only had, we had all of those on Nickelodeon at the time, but only Are You Afraid of the Dark was part of Snick, which was like Nick at night. It was like Saturday night, Nick at night, or like, it was Nickelodeon, but like for kids, but like after hours. Anyway, fuck everything. All I know is that the best show that was on television, and it's the reason why when people ask me if I like All That, you remember All That, where like Kenan Thompson got his start, All That.
No, no, I don't.
Ah, okay. Well, there was a
By the way,
show
I'm
that,
gonna fill up real quick. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
okay,
If you want to remove me for a second, then bring me
I
back.
would love to remove you, Ray. Done and done. Oh my god, yeah, Ren and Stimpy, fantastic. Oh god, Pete and Pete was so fucking great too. Oh my god. Okay, so anyway, when people ask me if I like All That, I'm like, no, I don't like All That because I loved the show that preceded All That. That was another, sketch comedy show with like dance and music interludes and all that kind of stuff. That was called The Roundhouse. So if you know what The Roundhouse is, then you are mi gente. You are my people. Yeah, Ray is 20 years older than me. Not quite, but he knew some things. The fact that I had also, I'm pretty sure I watched Terminator 2 in the movie theaters just because that's, yeah, the Roundhouse. Wow, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So the Roundhouse, working at the Roundhouse, yeah. Okay, so I get that people feel that Keenan and Kel slap. I know that people thought that All That slapped, but nothing slapped like the Roundhouse. The Roundhouse was the fucking purest form of everything that I ever loved. It was really just like the best thing ever. I wanted to be this one chick. Her name was Nikki. She was like my favorite cast member. She was also like kind of like a dance captain for when they did like the dance interludes. I feel like it also really speaks to the fact that all of my early comedy exposure, like I only watched in Living Color, Living Color. I only watched Living Color when I was younger. I did not watch SNL until after I had seen Wayne's World, the first Wayne's World. And Wayne's World 1, I realized I learned so much about life and all of my comic, you know, all of my comic everything actually is greatly informed from the first Wayne's World. So, um, they took Roundhouse off the air. They put like All That on, and All That was a little more SNL like to me. But the Roundhouse was a more gritty, situation. So, oh my gosh, who hated what? You know what? you're gonna have to tell me somewhere else. But so okay, so Ray, you don't know about the Roundhouse, but I was just telling.
Yeah, I don't know the Roundhouse.
I was just informing the crowd that I felt that the Roundhouse was the Living Color version of or like programming, and then
I loved In Living Color. Like Jim Carrey was, I mean, he was
Was
star
legit.
of In Living Color. It was insane how good he was.
Yeah,
And
and
Heavy D and the Boys would do the theme song In Living Color. That
you
was
can do what you wanna
yeah.
do in Living Color.
Jamie Foxx, Keenen Ivory Wayans, Marlon Wayans, and Jim Carrey were the stars of that show.
It was. I mean, it was literally the best thing ever. My brother used to make me laugh so hard with his Fire Sergeant Bill impressions all the time. It was. I love that show. So I didn't even watch SNL until, like I said, until Wayne's World 1 came out, and then
it was great. Yeah, that's when I was watching. That's when I loved it. When I was like in middle school and high school, that was like Mike Myers, Adam Sandler, David Spade, Chris Farley, and then I even like the edition after it with Norm Macdonald and Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan. Yeah, I thought it was great. Molly Shannon, like, yeah. Yeah, that's when I was into it. Like now I know people on it. Now, like I don't really watch it. Like when I tune in, I'm like, hey. I mean,
Yeah,
I think everyone's funny that's on it. I think Shay's fucking brilliant. I think Colin Jost is great. Pete Davidson.
He's not even on there.
Funny.
And neither is Pete, is he?
I don't know. I haven't seen SNL in a while, so I don't know.
I also haven't seen it in a while. In fact, I go through like long stretches of not watching SNL, which is like currently also what I'm doing. But to the point where a comic friend of mine invited me to go and see a show of his back in like 2014, 2015. I don't know. I hadn't been in the city very long, but he was a comic friend that was in New York City before I moved here, and I had never seen Vanessa Bayer. I didn't know that Vanessa.
I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is.
I didn't know that Vanessa Bayer was part of the ensemble, and she was doing her character Jacob the Bar Mitzvah boy. And my friend who had invited me to the show and given me, a bunch of his like drink tickets and stuff, and I drank like 2 old fashions, and then I was that person like laughing in the audience when she was doing Jacob the Bar Mitzvah boy, her like a stock character that she's already done on SNL, but she was doing all of these jokes and working in a known character because I think she was going to go to Just Laughs. I think like everyone was preparing to go up to Montreal. And she was like admitting that she was like, I don't do like a lot of comedy because I'm writing and, whatevering on SNL. And I somehow completely like missed all of that and just was like really resonating with Jacob the Bar Mitzvah boy. And so when my friend told me, like I got up to go to the bathroom, and then I ran into my friend in the hallway. He's like, I just got bumped because like Aziz Ansari just like jumped in. So like they're going to let him do like 10 or 15 on this. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. And then Vanessa walks out and I just give her like the sloppiest, drunkest hug ever. And I was like, Jacob the Bar Mitzvah boy, you got to keep that one. Like that's a keeper, blah, blah, blah. Like without knowing that like everyone else in the room already knew about Jacob the Bar Mitzvah boy. Like he was just like already someone that
I have no idea who that is or what that is, but that means nothing. The fact that I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. See, people in the chat know who I'm talking about. And anyway, I was that person, and I basically lost. My friend and I haven't been as good of friends ever since then. I may have possibly embarrassed him in front of some, industry people, which like he's like on the same like echelon with. I'm just like not name dropping, but it was a sketchy experience, and I'm just gonna say that it was the old fashions that led to that level of I don't know. I was not, there was the sense of decorum was lost. That's all I will say.
That's the one thing we need, some sense of decorum in here. I'm fixing my hair.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Nah, I'm a Jew and Yi is cool. We worked out. Oh my god, I'm putting this up here. Dr. Chow. Dr. Chow knows what's happening. Nah, I'm a Jew and Yi is cool. We worked out. See? It's amazing. I love it. I'm here for it. Just everyone work it out. I don't know what's happening with Yi, but I have a hard time just calling him Yi. So, um, yeah, but I go through like long periods of just like not watching SNL because it just like doesn't like it just doesn't like hit with me. Also, I loved Bobby Moynihan when he left. I was sad that he left. Um, yeah, basically, I don't know, but I'm glad that it's still on the air. Why not? Um, no, I am not coming to AC. I'm not coming to AC. Sorry, friends. But it sounds like it's going to be a fun time, even though it's just kept watching Kevin Brennan play poker, which I feel like
That's what we're gonna do.
he's going to tell you guys to all scram. He's going to be like, scram, clowns. He's going to be like, get out of here. You guys are fucking my
We're gonna
treat.
hang out in his hotel room. We're all going up to his hotel room. That's what we're gonna do.
I think he's gonna orchestrate this thing, and then he's gonna be so pissed at who he invited. I just have a feeling he's gonna do to you what my mom used to do to me when we would go to AC.
What did your mom do to you?
Which was we're all going to AC for a family vacation, and then
she did a podcast and then would shit on you.
And then
like, look at Elise, isn't she an idiot? And everyone's like, yeah, here's $5. Elise does suck. Elise is the worst.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
And then she'd be like, it's good-natured ribbing. It's just good-natured ribbing.
Right. You have made a name for yourself in the Dabbleverse. Okay. I didn't even know what the Dabbleverse
I don't even know. Cardiff Electric did my podcast. I love the potato, by the way. I love the potato. But Cardiff did he was on my podcast earlier, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in the Dabbleverse. Like, yeah, ever since this Dabbleverse came around, he's like, you're like season 4, the 6 episodes. Like, you were late to the Dabbleverse. I'm like a kid just being born. I didn't know there was a Dabbleverse before I got here. I assumed the Dabbleverse started when I got here. Turns out, no, it's been around. It's been around a little bit.
The vacuum that you live in, Ray, must be really epic. It's
Win by Two's here. I will see Win by Two. Win by Two, who's helping with some video stuff. I didn't get to watch that stuff. I'm going to watch it. I just been podcasting, going to doctor's appointments all day. I will watch the video, but yeah, I look forward to hanging with you, Win by Two, and we'll fucking get down on some shit, man. Yeah.
Win by Two is doing video work for you.
Yeah, he's helping me out with some stuff.
So I'm just going to pop this up here. I will be filming it all, Ray. Ray better not call the cops on me again.
I didn't call. He's making a joke. No, he was at Pottstown. He filmed my set when my 6 minutes of stand up at that show, which yeah, that was but yeah, he'll be there filming stuff.
I actually just saw like a few minutes of when I went on MLC a few months ago, and I didn't realize that Bob only did round 1 at your taping.
Oh, really? No, he did He did the second show too. He just left immediately after.
Oh, okay.
He did both shows.
Okay. Did
Brendan
Kevin?
And Bob, and they both did. Yeah, they both crushed. They're both great.
Well, the way that
Levy left the second he was done with what do you call it?
He was out. He was off like a prom dress at midnight. But the way he made it sound was like that he didn't even say to like to open for you. So
no. He opened the show, like he opened the show and then he left after his set. He didn't stick around for my set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean he was there for my first show. But
I see. He didn't say for your set. He just did his set and then bounced.
On the second show.
That makes sense.
He was there for my first show. He did both shows. He did the first and second show.
Yeah, because
I'm very appreciative. I'm very appreciative they both did that. They didn't need to do that. That's very fucking cool of them.
Yeah, that was cool. They were both also excellent. I only saw the first show. They were very funny. I met
How
Bob.
fucking horrible was that night though? As far as like it was thunderstorms, it was like fucking raining like cats and dogs outside, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I got caught in like a little rainstorm on the way there, but then like the skies really opened up right after I got home, and so I was like, I made the move. I made the best move.
Yeah,
That's
like people came in for the second show and they're literally like just drenched in water.
yeah,
Like they
that's
had umbrellas and they were still like just drenched in water. Like, yeah.
we should do more stuff at the Grove. Like you're in town.
I love it. Yeah, man. That's my dude. I mean, Rob Rigo owns a place. He does cool shit. And yeah, Rob Rigo's my dude, man. Yeah, they're doing awesome shit there. Like Gillis is there like once a month doing his own show. List does
Is
his
he
own show there
really?
like
Oh
once
my
a month.
gosh.
Yeah.
Shane does his own show there?
Yeah, like when he just wants to run. He doesn't do it like he just does it where he wants to run an hour of like new shit.
Yeah, no, that's like the move. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I love how we were talking about when you and Goots and I went to, we were going to Steak Fest 2023.
July 4th, the steaks. Yeah.
And we were talking about what used to be restaurant or RAR, and how there used to be it used to called like Dino Comedy or something like that when I knew about it.
Yeah, it was like Tyrant. I remember Dave Wade, Joe List used to host it, Sam Evans for a while. Yeah, it wasn't. It's nothing. They're all great comics, but it wasn't a fun show. It was like every Tuesday night there'd be like 6 people there, but it's a fun thing to like go work out jokes, and you can like drink for free because like you're the comic. But it was more like an open mic with good comics. So I mean, I always appreciated it.
Yeah, I appreciated it too, but Goots didn't and I don't know this for sure, but didn't Soder do that too, or like was he part?
I'm sure he did. Like Soder, I don't know where Soder lives now, but yeah, for years he lived like right around the corner from me. Him and Vecchione were roommates. Right. Yeah, Soder's a fucking great dude. Yeah, I don't know where Soder lives now. I'm not fucking following him around, but
it was like
doing Goots, acting shit now.
Yeah, but when like Goots was like, yeah, I think that was like the secret room that like they just kept for themselves, so they like always.
It wasn't a secret room. I know, but like anyone can like. If it was a secret room, like why would you keep it secret for audience members to go there? But
it was like secret. It was like secret for like other comics. But I actually got to meet like so many comics that I fucking love doing that show. And I only found out about it because before I moved to Astoria, I had an acting class that was held in someone's.
It was never fun. There was never more than 8 people there. Never once was there more than 8 people there.
It's so funny because the time before I actually did a show for my first time, there was the most audience members that I had ever seen there, and I was like, oh, this must be like picking up steam. And then and then I did the show myself, and it seems like there's a ton of people there, but. And it turned out that there was just like a ton of comics on the lineup. So I was like, okay, I get it. There's like 80% comics in this room and like 20% audience members. But it was still fun. And I got to say, I don't know if you remember who Clint Knorr was. But
yeah, he passed away.
Clint Knorr was so
a comic from South Carolina.
God damn, Clint Knorr is the fuck. He was so funny.
Yeah. He's on my podcast. If you go down my Patreon, patreon.com/Ray DeVito. You'll see the episode. Dan Soder's on my podcast. Clint Knorr did my podcast. Yeah, he passed away. He was Paul Hooper's roommate, and Clint Knorr was a great dude. And I don't know exactly what he died from. I know Paul Hooper was his best friend. I know he had like a drug problem, and then he was sober for years. I don't know exactly what happened to Clint. I'd never like hung out with Paul after the fact, like to get details of anything. Not that that's any of my business. But yeah, Clint Knorr was a great dude, man. I fucking love. I loved Clint Knorr. He was always a good friend of mine, and yeah, that's a bummer. Like that like really, that really upset me when I heard that he passed. And again, I don't know how he passed or what happened, but yeah, I was fucking really upset when I heard that Clint Knorr passed away. I mean, he was a great dude. He's probably like 5 years younger than me, even though he was like, he's like 5'7", weighed like 102 pounds. Just little, little. I think it was like his opening joke is I would describe my body type as fragile.
Yeah.
He was a great dude. I like Clint, and like he's from South Carolina because his name is fucking Clint. Yeah, he was a cool dude, man. I really like Clint. He was fucking like super cool dude. Very neurotic, dude. If you think I'm neurotic, fucking hang out with Clint for a while. But yeah, he was a cool dude, man. Yeah, it was a bummer.
I literally love Clint. I think of him all the time. I know that sounds weird, but I think of him all the time. I like immediately met him and I was like, kindred, love you. And I thought he was hysterical. So yeah. But in any case, even if it was short lived, even if I only got to do that show in that room like 2 times, and I went there a handful of times. But half the time,
sadly, I would do it once every 3 weeks because I lived across the street and had nothing better to do. So I would do it all the time.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I literally had an acting class in an apartment building immediately across the street, and I only found out that there was comedy going on there because the comedy class the acting class was held on Mondays and Wednesdays. And so I would go in there on, I think, Wednesdays.
No, it's Tuesday nights. I want to say the show is Tuesday nights.
Okay, so whatever it was, I would go. Like the first time I ever went in there, it was just so like I was like, I'm gonna leave this acting class. I'm going to smoke some weed. I'm gonna need a burger immediately. So I would like go across the street, order a burger, smoke some weed in my car, go back in, and get a burger. But like one time I went in and used the restroom, and that's where I saw the poster saying that there was like comedy on a certain night. And I was like, oh wait, I know these people. Like I knew like the host. Like it was like at that point it was like you said.
I think Sarah Talamash hosted it for a while too, who's now married to Joe List. She's very funny.
Yeah. But she wasn't hosting it at the time. It was I believe it was like Sam Evans and someone Hasty. What's his name?
Patrick Hasty.
Yeah, Patrick Hasty. Yeah, those are the two that were like actually doing that. What acting school? Dr. Chow's asking what acting school. It didn't really. It taught no techniques. I mean, I had already gotten a bachelor's in or a BFA in theater, and with an under like a whatever you call that, a minor in ritual theater, ritual poetic drama, if you will. So this was a non-technique class, which meant that it was like the best. It was not Strasberg. It was not Meisner. It was actually the thing that bridged all of the knowledge that I had previously absorbed, but it made no sense, and because it was like all in a vacuum. And then it was a class that was just like really good to just like get everything on its feet. But anyway, I do want to ask, there is a question from the audience, which is, Dr. Chow, ask Ray what Ray thinks about Lori Beth Denberg from All That.
I have no idea who that is, so I don't know what All That is, and I don't know Laura. Hey, Carlos Danger's in here. I respect that you're a friend of Ray's and you met an untimely death. Ray will never contact the medical examiner to find out what happened. Thank you, Ray. Is that the real Carlos Danger? Carlos Danger, are you back from vacation or are you just hanging out?
How do we verify that you are the real Carlos Danger?
Who'd be faking to be Carlos Danger?
I mean, I feel like that's
Who's
how
like
you know.
Faking to be Carlos Danger.
I don't want to say that's like how you know that you have fans, but that could also be how you know that you have fans.
I'm not saying no. Carlos Danger's not a fan of mine at this point. I'm gonna say he's my friend that avoids me. I try to hang out with him all the time, and he fucking won't hang out with me. Carlos fucking Danger. I thought we were besties, man.
I love it.
I was gonna say you could send Carlos the link if you want.
I could. If it's
how much more time are we doing? Let me know.
Maybe like I don't know how many whatever's you haven't in you. I had another guest for the show, but they're out on the town having a time, so I'm going to reschedule them. But
I'm just
depending on,
saying, I haven't eaten yet today, as you know. Like,
yeah, Ray hasn't eaten, and
eaten once
also,
today.
but also he refused my whatever to go. I was like, I will buy you, because like he brought me to Costco. I was like, if you're like starving, I will buy you Costco whatever, which is like not the best thing, but it's like definitely economical and it's certainly tasty. But more importantly, you denied my offer to go and get empanadas, which empanadas,
Oh.
I have an actual empanada problem. So it's probably best that we didn't do that, because I have like a, yeah, it's a well documented empanada problem. Like I might.
You just eliminated yourself. She has an empanada problem. She just removed herself from her own stream. Um, Someone saying, Ray, eat a box lunch. Ouch! What are we doing here? Yeah, but I didn't eat. Also, like, because I'm not exercising, like, I get hungry when I exercise, and I can't exercise because I have no knee right now, so I can't, like, do any cardio. So because of that, like, I'm not really that crazy hungry. So that also is played into it. Ray only likes gas station salad. Yeah, that is true. Uh, I like how Elise is putting these up, even though she's not here. Yeah, empanadas are not the problem. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. What happened,
Back,
Elise?
and I put it on there. I don't know what happened, but all I know is I'm glad that you like were looking at the exact same comment in the chat that I was.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Oh my God. Stop whining, Ray. That's also a very, very great thing. But yeah, I'm glad that I eliminated myself for my own podcast. It's okay. This is literally this is, I feel like, the truest Elise Edwards experience ever, which is when I just take my own self out of the conversation and you might just be like left there solo. But also, yeah, I have an empanada problem. I have a pie problem. I also have a pastry problem. So
A pastry problem.
maybe they're not problems. Maybe this is just a lifestyle choice.
A pastry problem. What are you talking about?
I'm a fucking hooah for pastries. Not all of them, specific ones,
You're
but
calling yourself a whore?
I love pastries, and
If you bring a pastry, a
I mean,
cream pie, is that what you're into? A nice cream
no,
pie?
not a cream pie. A cannoli maybe, but a cream pie not so much. Oh my God, I love the Elise Edwards empanada experience. I think that's empanada as opposed to empanada, but I feel like that's actually a pretty good statement. I actually might just change this whole fucking thing to the Elise Edwards empanada experience, and it's gonna be me housing empanadas.
Instead of the name Elise Anna Macananara.
Okay, I have got
Like,
to
everybody
say,
explain it. Elise Anna Macarana
it's
Pachana.
it's called Anam Cara.
Just keep
Okay,
say Elise and then just keep typing shit into your keyboard to see if you get the right Elise.
this is
And
the Elise
Macanhara.
Edwards. It's Anam Cara. If I drop the H, I feel like people would be able to pronounce it easier. But the most important thing is it means soul friend in Gaelic, and there's also it's like the same word in Sanskrit, or there's a similar meaning in Sanskrit. So the most important thing that you should know about is that an Anamkara, which means soul friend, is another soul that that agreed to incarnate at the same time that you do in this lifetime, so that you at least remember that you've been here before. Like they
I,
might be
s-
some, they
I
it might be
sent
someone. It might be someone that like you've been that like okay no, this is a serious, this is now you got me into it, so this is actually a serious thing. Okay, so a soul friend might sound like really weighty and whatever, but like sometimes a soul friend or an anamkara is someone that you meet, that you are friends with and you're friends
but
with,
people
or
can't spell it. If it was called like Elise soulmate, people could spell it. But Elise Anima
Okay.
Charter Mamana.
Ray, no offense / all the offense, but I feel like you are a perfect example of like what happens when we just continue to dumb down everything. Okay. Then we come out with Ray's, because Ray, you are filled with innate knowledge that
That's what my knowledge is. I do got
no,
knowledge,
you
man.
have innate knowledge, but then you've had a life experience that is all about being like that there's we're just like putting like blinders on certain things. It's just like, just pay attention to this, or like this is just how you do it, or this is how whatever. So I really feel that like your thing, and actually probably like the tension that I keep like busting you on all the time, is that you have innate knowledge that goes beyond the scope of like the life experience, and then you have all this life experience that like makes you a wiser person than like you than what your like programmed life experience like told you to be. So I feel like you might actually be the perfect like example of something.
You hear that? I'm perfect.
I'm glad that's
I'll
what
take
you
that.
took away from that. So in
I
any
sent
case,
Carlos Danger the link. I don't know if Carlos Danger is in transit, but I sent him the link. If the so if you see him pop up,
yeah. So in any
if he
case,
wants it to win.
I always want Carlos Danger here. So in any case, so Anamkara means, okay, the H is silent because it's Amkara. But it literally means soul friend in Gaelic, and there's a Sanskrit word for it, and we don't often talk about how the fuck would stuff from like.
How's the lick? Very gay. The lick is very gay. Gaelic. I'm making a joke. Gaelic. I also like a norm.
Are you drinking more of my wine? I hope you're buying me more wine before you leave tomorrow.
I drank just wine tonight. I didn't drink any yesterday. Jesus Christ.
You also
You
drink
you,
wine
you have a
before.
new box.
No, it was a new box.
No.
I feel like we're gonna have to clarify what kind of box we're talking about in this context. But in any case,
It's all right.
So everyone, make sure that you hit that Venmo Elise _Edwards.
Which why'd you not have your phone next to you? You could have like read the comment. Like before I got monetized, I would have my phone next to me. If people would Venmo me, I'd read their comments. You cannot say their name.
Okay. But you can't say like their actual name? Like
no, just be like, hey, thank you. Just read their comment and be like, yeah, I mean, no, because someone said it's Franklin Sheckler, like he Venmo'd you before, and you said his name.
Okay. Ooh. Can I? Okay. So I'm not gonna dox this person,
Yeah,
but I like how they put in their comment #Elise Simp. Here for it. Okay. It says, congrats on the first show. Thank you. Woo!
There you go. See?
Into it. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, but if anyone also wants to Venmo also, please do. I have been housing Mr. Davito for the past 4 days, and my whatever is like $40 of boxed wine, of which he has officially drank $14 of. So #just saying. But that's like,
stop it. All right.
It's neither here nor there. Listen, don't.
I'm gonna jump off this podcast just because.
You go ahead and jump off this podcast. And also, I just want to say about the Elise Edwards experience, it sounds like I'm biting off of Joe Rogan, but I'm actually inspired by Joe Rogan because I feel like I could be the female Joe Rogan. He's also a Leo. But more importantly, I feel like Joe Rogan has taught me specifically a very important question, a very important thing, which is that you can change your mind and like acknowledge that you have. Because for the first, I don't know, 6 years that people would ask me, do you listen to Joe Rogan? I would be like, that fucktard that from Fear Factor, that MMA dude. And they'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, no, why the fuck would I ever listen to Joe Rogan? And then like later on, I was sent episodes of Joe Rogan where he had somebody on that I was like interested in listening to, and then I would like actually listen to it, and I'd be like, oh, this isn't so bad. And then I kind of like soft focus and broaden the scope, and I was like, oh wait, I think I am a fan of Joe Rogan, and now I can easily say that I very much enjoy Joe Rogan and his like programming and all that kind of stuff. But for a very long time, I'm happy to say that I was like absolute yes, yes. And Eric is right. Graham Hancock. Actually, the episode that really tipped the scales tremendously was when he had Brian Marascu, the guy who wrote The Immortality Key on, and Graham Hancock also on there. But what I'm saying is like you can be like super anti something for a long time, and then all of a sudden be like, no, something about this resonates with me, and so it's fine. But you know, do I think he's an intellectual? I don't know. I think he's a good facilitator of dialogue. And I think dialogue is the way, I think dialogue is the way. Dialogue and dancing and comedy. Those are the ways. But, you know, for the longest time, I was like, absolutely not. Never say my name and Joe Rogan's name in the same sentence. And now I'm like, I don't know any better way to explain all of the stuff that I'm going to talk about on my podcast other than it's just like the Elise Edwards experience, which again is a working title because I have like 5 podcast names, but I don't want to do 5 different podcasts. So what is this? Hold on, I gotta see this. What are your thoughts on the data mail Lex Friedman? Ooh, data mail. I like how you say data mail instead of beta mail because yeah, I'm also going to throw this one up there because also a valid question. Ray, are you having a seizure? The Lex Friedman podcast. I've only seen a handful. It does definitely feel like there's a droid heading a podcast, being the whatever of a podcast, hosting a podcast. And there was something that was really hilarious that Kurt Metzger said that I cannot remember what the fuck it was, but it was like, I don't know. Oh, it was like he said like Lex GTP or something like that. I don't know. It was really funny and it was super on the nose and it was great. So look, you have mega fans. Ray, are you having a seizure?
No, I'm cool.
It says Ray is tapping into the force. Shout out Ray Davito. Oh yeah. Lex Friedman is a confirmed version. Oh no, like Ray. That's what the rest of that comment said. Ray, I feel like is a documented non-version. By way of what is that person who is often in your chat? Single mother of 5 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
good person. I like single mother of 5. Please explain.
Exactly. So you can't even put Lex and Ray on the same playing field in that capacity. But yeah, that's just that's his story / the whatever story. Oh yeah, Lex is hot. Oh. Okay, I have got to put this up because one of the first times that I ever watched Lex Friedman, it was Lex Friedman and Ben Shapiro. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's Lex Friedman. I was like, that's Ben Shapiro. Like, he's hot. I don't know which one I said he was hot. I didn't know which one was which. And Eric was like, oh my God, like what? Who? What? I'm sorry. Now I'm very confused as to what you like or like what women are interested in because I pointed to the guy who I thought was Ben Shapiro and thought was hot, but apparently it was Lex Friedman. So what I'm saying is, like, Lex Friedman kind of like smolders, but I don't know if he's not like my overall choice. I don't know. Yeah, Ray is literally in the other room. Should I just like bring this to the other room and show you that that's actually my other room? Yeah, I was trying to say that Ben. Yeah, I was trying to say that Ben Shapiro was actually the hot one, which he totally is. Ben Shapiro can get it. I don't know. I think it's really more like the Lex Friedman podcast. Whatever it is, it's okay. So I don't know who it was that said that was like I should like backpedal or that you should abort because I was saying that Rogan is an intellectual. Not so much, because when I did see Joe Rogan on Lex Friedman, my overall thoughts were, wow, I rather hear neither of them talk for too long and instead hear, whoever it is that they have on the podcast. And yeah, it was like proof positive that I would rather have Ray, or I would rather have Ray. I would rather have Ray as a host. No, I would rather have Joe Rogan and or Lex Friedman as a host. At Heine level, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I can see that thank you everyone who is in here. You guys have been tremendous. Ray, thank you for being a tremendous first guest. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
I'll see you guys in AC. Those of you going to AC, I'll see you guys Saturday, and we'll have a good time.
Any shows coming up also that you would like to plug?
I had shows and I canceled them. I was going to be back in New York City the first week of September, but because of my knee, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with shows, but you should still go to my show the first Tuesday of the month at the Stand. Gooch will be hosting it. I will not be there, but you guys, it'll be a dope show. And yeah, I got road gigs, raydavito.net. Check that stuff out. My podcast, Rock Bottom Podcast, on the Shuli Network. Also on Rock Bottom Pod on YouTube. Ray DeVito, ray.devito on Instagram. And a bunch of stuff coming up. We'll have fun.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Ray, for participating, for being roped into this first episode of the Elise Edwards experience. And thank you everyone for joining. Thank you again for having me on your podcast. You guys can check me out at Elise Anamkara on Twitter and Instagram. There's a link tree to all of my other things. Can I also please say that, Jive Turkey, I literally called Ray a jive ass turkey just like moments before we hit like the live on this. So obviously we're kindred spirits. But yeah, so Elisa Ankara on Twitter and Instagram. I have a show coming up on September 8th, which I will put on social media. And then I have September 21st, Sacred Comedy. Please follow at Sacred Comedy on Instagram. It's in Jersey City. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be at Sip Studio. It's going to be super, super amazing. I will be doing not only comedy, but I will be doing like astrology set breaks essentially between comics. So it's going to be a really fun time. Anyway, hold on. What does it say? Don't feel bad. I called him the N-word in front of my cat when watching Rock Bottom. Wow. You know what, Ray, of all things, if nothing else, you are you really just have an effect on people. You really have an effect on people. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, if you want a reading, please hit me up at anamkaraastrology.com. You can also like try to message me on social media, but if I don't follow you back, if I don't follow you, you probably won't be able to message me. And also, it's a really big thing because I have an impersonator of my Anamkara astrology Instagram, and it's super fucking lame. So if anyone here works for Facebook/Instagram, I would love to know what your actual community guidelines are, because apparently having 200 people say that I have an impersonator account, including myself, and it's still being like, yeah, this person's not breaking like community guidelines or whatever. What the fuck does that mean? What exactly are your fucking community guidelines? You guys fucking blow, and like not in the fun way. And yeah, so but anyway, if you want a reading, want anything of that nature, like I said, right now, even though I have like 5 titles for my podcast, the Elise Edwards Experience. The Elise Edwards Experience is the best that I can come up with, because I will be talking to and with comics and about comedy, as well as I'll be talking about astrology. I will be culturally, I will be criticizing / critiquing culture, and there's going to be a lot of just like movie talk, because I don't really call myself a what do you call that, a cinephile, but I feel like everything I needed to know I learned from Wayne's World and like a handful of other movies from the 90s. So that's just what's happening. Oh my gosh, I could also go for a reading and a BJ, but that's just between you and me, Dr. Chow. So until next time. Also, yeah, please follow DJ Jouet and Discount Disco on SoundCloud and on Instagram. Again, those are all in my link tree. And again, thank you guys so much for a super epic first installment of the Elise Edwards Experience. And we will see you next time, if not on this podcast, then on Ray's or someone else that you know and hopefully follow. So please, again, follow my YouTube channel, share, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.